Hi, April. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm
Good
really
to see you again.
glad that you're with me and Destino today. I
Yeah.
really wanted to be able to talk to you about your role and what you do on a film set. So, would you be able to start with your name and what you do?
Yes, my name is April Denise Scott. I am an actor, a singer, and a dancer. I started dancing when I was young, around 6 years old, and I kind of got recruited in San Francisco Ballet, where I was a professional dancer for 6 years, and found out I could sing when I was 9. And I've been studying acting for about 7 years now. Yeah, so it's been a fun ride. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's very rare to be able to do all three. So, congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you. I have to thank life, I guess, for blessing me with the talent, and I love doing it. So yeah.
So I've seen your work on like Morning Show and Lopez versus Lopez, just to name a few. What is it like for you on that day one of being on the film set?
Well, every set runs different, which is great because it depends on what kind of show you're on, who's the
Yeah.
showrunners. But one thing I noticed that's very consistent about every set that I've been on is being on time and knowing what to do is very important and being
Yeah.
prepared. I think a lot of people think if their role is so small that it's not significant, and everybody's role is extremely significant. And time is money. So, when somebody's not prepared, it takes more time. And then it takes production's money to like keep the show going and having to be on set longer than you need to be.
Yeah.
So, because everybody has a due date, even though it's fun to be in entertainment, it is a job. So, being prepared is to me what I've learned the most and
Oh,
are
it's true.
important. Yes. Mhm.
And like you said, if you're not able to perform at that high level, even if you're performing something that is like for a quick scene, I mean,
Mhm.
you're easily replaced on the spot. So you
Yes.
definitely have to deliver what they're all asking for.
Yes, yeah. The industry can be competitive in that way, but I think the what people don't realize is that the industry wants to see you win. Even though you're
Yeah,
easy to replace, they wouldn't have booked you for the job if they didn't think that you were it. So it does
it's very
disappoint them
true.
when you can't deliver, and it doesn't make them feel good to have to replace you because
Yeah.
that does take more time and more money when they did believe in you. So I think a lot of people take that for granted is they think it's just a job and nobody really cares about their role. And it's like
Yeah.
they genuinely do. They do.
Yeah, I agree with that because it takes a lot of moving parts for you to be able to get to that point. And that's why I always, every time I get on set, I just enjoy what we're doing and what we're creating because not a lot of us get to do that all the time. And yeah, we've been fortunate.
Yeah, yeah. I remember even just doing like background.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think background workers think that their role is so small that it's
yeah.
insignificant. And I've talked to the people in production that actually book background, and one of them told me, I have been looking at your face for like a month now, like, trying to get you in and trying it. So they really do take the effort to figure out who is going to be on set and where they place you. And
Right.
some people think they're just a number, and it's like, no, it's all very intricate.
Yeah, from my experience, from being in that first production meeting and listening from, okay, how many people do you imagine? What do they look like? What would you prefer to see? And these are all like ways to narrow down to get to you essentially. So
hmm
yeah, and there's a lot of top creatives that have to make that choice to finally decide on who's going to be there on camera. So yeah,
hmm
it's definitely a process and it takes a lot of, like I said, moving parts to get you there.
Yeah, it does. It does. But that's the beauty of it though,
Mhm.
is all art
Very
takes
true.
time and you can't be lazy and things can't go unnoticed. So
Yeah.
every single thing matters in production.
Well, for you, for example, the night before showing up for work, what are the type of things that help you prepare for that time on set?
Definitely knowing my lines,
Yeah.
which I feel like you should have prepared even before the morning of or
Sure.
the day before. But just refreshing and making sure everything's right, getting good sleep, having good nutrition. And I think people take that for granted too, is like your health and your wellness plays a part in you having a good life and a good performance. So definitely being well rested and just being prepared to get there early because um, I feel like people don't talk about the struggles on trying to figure out what set you're going to. Sometimes you're going to a different location every day
Oh, yeah.
and you don't know where you're at or what you're doing. So give yourself more time, like an hour or more to, because I get lost easily. So that has saved me a lot. It's just prepare, like setting myself up for success
Yes.
instead of just thinking it's going to go right. Like, no, just give myself the extra breathing room because I've never seen a production that runs perfectly the way they want to. You can give
Yeah.
your best performance and, try your best, but things happen. And all you can do is just like do your part the best you can. So that for me is like a big thing. It's just like rest, take care of yourself, and know that you got this.
Yeah.
Know that you're going to a supportive community that want to see you win and want you to be a part of their production and their team.
Yeah, that's true. And are you the type to seek out collaboration with like the director or guidance from anybody else?
I do. I like to pick people's brains on
Yeah.
set. And at first, when I first went on set, I had this mentality of like, no, don't bother them. They're working. But they actually like to be asked questions. They like
Yeah.
to see you learn and want to know things. And they like to explain what they love doing. Who doesn't like to talk about what they love doing?
Right.
So that it is something that I do, and I feel like I can get better at. Sometimes I still feel like, oh my God, I'm crossing the boundary. I'm getting too much into their business. But
Yeah.
no, I'm no in this field. They love talking about it. You have to build the community because nobody gets there alone.
I think so, and I think a lot of us thrive better when we're in this more collaborative, creative environment where we get to, like you said, talk to each other about what we're up to and what we're doing. And I think it, like you said, it gives us that excitement of what we're doing on set because
Hmm.
sometimes it could get lost just because of the like long hours or if things are not going right. But yeah, with that mindset, it definitely helps the project.
I agree. And what's helped me a lot is realizing like humans are humans.
Right.
A human being is not their job. It's just what they do for a living, and it's something that they just love doing.
Yeah.
So, being friendly and not always taking everything so seriously. Of course, make sure you're prepared for your job,
Yeah.
but it's okay to like make a joke here and there. It's okay to like figure out what you like to do outside of work, and it kind of eases things out a bit on set,
Yeah.
especially when things can get tense on set. It's like, okay, well, we can joke around about things here and there and talk about hobbies. And so it doesn't just feel like work all the time. We're here because we love doing this.
Yeah.
Be working at a job where like I was in the medical field where there's like no windows and a 9 to 5. We could be there, but instead we're here doing what we love. So just reminding myself and others of that sometimes on set. It's just like we're here because we love it. Hmm.
Yeah, it's true. And for in your experience, what has it been like to be jumping from show to show? Like, what have you been able to take from those experiences?
Hmm. Um, I feel like at the main when I've dealt with like the top actors up there, I
Yeah.
think people get intimidated thinking that they're a certain kind of way,
Yeah.
and they're the most humble, grounded people that I've met because they know your journey. They know where
Right.
you're at. They've been there. They're
Yeah.
still there. Like, they have a job now, but when this show ends, like who knows if you're going to have a job later, and you just have to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Don't think that like the top actors, they're students too while they're teaching, and they're always trying to get better, and they're always trying to see other people win. So
Yeah.
what I've learned is like it's a beautiful community, and I think Hollywood does get a bad rep, and rightfully so in certain ways, but I can also see how we're trying to improve and make it better, and
Right.
really grow the community as artists. I feel like it's changed in a lot of good ways too. A lot of people are getting opportunities that they didn't get before. A lot of people are
Yeah.
getting noticed when they weren't noticed before. And yeah, it doesn't feel like, well, they're here and I'm here. It really
Mhm.
doesn't feel that way. It's just, okay, I know where you're at. I've been there. Let's see if we can help you get to where you want to be, because it just could help their production and their communities.
Yeah, and I mean that paying it forward, that's the intention here as well.
Yeah.
What are the things that you're up to currently?
Right now, it's just more updating things. The
Yeah,
industry is a bit slow right now. And luckily, I am in an
very
acting
true.
school where we
Yeah.
have casting directors come in and tell us what's going on. So it's great. So you don't take it so personal. Like, why are auditions
Uh,
not coming in? What am I doing wrong? And sometimes it's not like that. It's just the business and where it's at right now. But I've gotten advice from casting directors that if things are slow, that's the opportunity to really update everything, work on your
sure.
training, get your headshots redone, get your reels updated and really study acting. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Auditions are coming in, but right now I'm just working on getting some reels done, getting things updated and really picking the brains of my acting instructors on how to really better myself and my craft. Because in a way, I feel like acting is therapy. You really have to know yourself and be self-aware,
Very
or
true.
else you can't really portray somebody else. So to me, that's a good acting instructor will check in with you and
Yeah.
how you're doing before diving into the craft. And I really appreciate that about this community. I do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the big things that I always implement on people as well about building that community and those
Mhm.
people that you're able to rely on when it is slow or when you're
Mhm.
not sure of what the next thing is, to be able to keep that confidence. And also, like you said, this is a perfect time to take advantage of updating, of taking classes. And luckily, for you, you already have that built out and you're able to feed off of that.
Yeah, I've been very supported. I'm blessed, and
Yeah.
I think talking to you is making me realize like how blessed I really am, because
Oh, good.
my agent was the one that recommended this acting school, because it's just
Mm.
the community itself that really wants to see you win. And
Yeah.
it does get hard, but the main advice I've gotten from everyone across the board is resilience.
Yeah.
You have to stick with it. You will get there, just don't quit. And I do notice that a lot of people quit before they think that it's their time to make. I mean, it could be 10 years from now. You don't know,
Yeah.
But a lot of people quit when it's not the time that they think they should make it. And it breaks my heart, because I know that they can get there
It's
when it's their
true.
time. But it is resilience. It's just pushing through and not necessarily reaching a goal at a certain time, but
Yeah.
realizing like you're doing this because you love it. Just even me being in acting class and doing a scene with a partner makes
Yeah.
me feel just as good as being on set and doing it for a big production. You should do it because you love it, not because you're trying to reach this certain image.
Hmm.
No, because it's an art form,
Yeah.
and you do it for you, not for everybody else. You play a part, you have to fit this person's story, but you have to do it because you love it, or else it'll show. It will show.
It's all true. And like you said, it's exactly how we feel is what's going to show up on camera and the vibe that you bring on set. So it's very important to take care of yourself, like in the in-betweens, and
Yeah.
to keep yourself active. Other advice that I've heard from actors as well is like a lot of them have actually gone into like stand-up comedy to get that feeling of performing in front of the audience to get those muscles going as well.
Yeah.
Like a few other people have started to write themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Even just partnering with like friends to go film on an iPhone just to like keep themselves like continuing to learn. And I think that, including me, that's the type of stuff that keeps me motivated.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I've gotten that advice from casting directors,
Yeah,
like straight up. Like now is the time where we're using iPhones to film movies and verticals and even music videos. Oh my God, it
yeah,
seems like more music videos are being shot on iPhones than ever before. And yeah, to really work on your own projects and your own writing. And
yeah.
I've been encouraged by acting instructors to do the same thing, because I think we're just in that time of like really like developing new artists. It kind of reminds me of kind of crazy, like a dark time during the pandemic, but
Yeah.
that's when TikTok really boomed. And I feel like a lot of independent artists, like performers and singers, they really came up from that. And now it's to the point where you don't have to have a major record label to be a
Yeah.
star. You can be your own independent artist. So I think the acting world is going that way too, where it's going to be more popular to be your own independent artist and have your own independent films because the industry is going through such a hard time right now. And it's a beautiful thing, you know. It's just we just have to adapt and change, and we'll see what the industry is going to look like, you know, 5 years from now. But I think the best of it. Yeah, it's change and it's scary, but I think it's all going to be for the better. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I've also noticed from all of my creative experiences is just that I don't no longer have to wait for like a studio to say that
Mhm.
it's okay to go do your project. Like I've been able to connect and source out different creatives that can help me accomplish what like I want to be making. And so
Mhm.
I think that's like you said, it's a big change that we didn't have that before, and now we have that access of using an iPhone and having that great quality and stuff like that. So we've been able to explore that avenue.
Yeah, there's a lot more flexibility for artistry.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Because I mean, like I appreciate like things that are SAG affiliated, but
Yeah.
there are rules that go along with that too, you know,
Sure.
and rightfully so. Like I respect the rules that they put in place, just really for people's safety
Yeah.
and respect for human beings. Um, but when you do your own independent work, you can create in different ways. You don't have that limitation of like, oh, I have to stay within this. I can
Yes.
just really explore and be an
Right.
artist. And to me, that's what brings films to life and TV to life. Because I see like when movies and shows get Emmy worthy or Oscar worthy, I don't think they're going into it like we're gonna make this an Oscar worthy film. We're gonna make this an Emmy. No, they're doing it because they want to create something amazing that makes them feel good, and somehow the world loves it too. And that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. That really is.
Oh, on that topic of being in SAG and also representation, what were those challenges like when you were just starting out for those who seek that type of advice?
Oh, I'm still in that struggle now in a way, because I've been studying acting for 7 years.
Yeah.
But if you talk to the big actors, that's a short amount of time to be studying acting. It's not that long. So I'm in a place where I'm SAG eligible, but
Great.
I have not signed up for SAG yet because I want to build more on my resume before
Right.
joining, which is something I've been advised by multiple agents. I have an agent in San Francisco and here in LA, and they both advise that. And I think that's something I can't say every artist is different. So I can't say that like people are going wrong by joining SAG right away, but I can see business wise how it can pigeonhole you if
Yeah.
you join SAG before you have the experience.
Sure.
So that's something I'm doing, and I get looks like, "Oh, you're not SAG," and it's like, well, you know, because I want to build, and
Yeah.
before I join, I have the opportunity to do it, but right now I do want to build more so that when I am a part of SAG, I can get more opportunities that come in. So right now it's just like just building more on my resume, stacking up more. Because I don't want to join SAG and then they can only give me SAG work and they're going to give it
Right.
to somebody that has more experience than me. So really being strategic, and every artist is different. Some people can, you know, their look is different, their casting is different, experience is different. So you really have to be strategic. And I say, listen to your mentors. Don't
Yeah.
think, oh, well, I know that I'm SAG worthy, so I'm just going to join SAG. Yes, we all are. We all are, but it's being strategic on how to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. Once you do decide to take that leap, it definitely puts you in a certain space of
Hmm.
that's where you're able to play with and that's and like times like right now it would be a big challenge to be stuck in that position too.
Yeah. It can be hard. And yeah, it's like even as far as commercial work, it's just there's a lot of big name commercials that
Yeah.
are not SAG, but will pay you really, really well and will be an international commercial. And if it is SAG, uh, it's hard because they would rather give it to a A-list celebrity instead of
Right.
like somebody that's not as well known. So it is just trying to find the balance and being patient. Also, I think that's something we lack is like we need to get there right now to feel
Mhm.
this way. And it's all art takes time. It really
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, what has impacted your career path the most, would you say?
Oh my goodness. I want to say when I first moved here, I'm going to say almost 6 years ago, I
Oh,
dove into acting school
yeah.
and was in it for 3 years. And when I finally wanted to step out and like really experience being on set, I booked my first feature in a lead role.
Yeah.
And you can stream it and watch it on Tubi or on
Oh,
Amazon
great.
Prime. Yeah. And that it was my first experience in a lead role
What's the
at
name?
all. Oh, the movie is called This Sucks.
Okay.
It's a dark comedy. It's a dark comedy about the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement
Oh, okay.
during that time. And
Great. We'll put a link down below.
oh, okay, yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good. Yeah, that experience was really significant because it was my first major role, and it made me realize that okay, it's great to be lead, but you have the most work. You're on camera all the time. You have the most lines, and
Yeah.
seeing how like you're carrying the film, you're carrying the movie, and it was great. Like all the interviews that I got from it, and when people have asked me things about the film, because that film I've always wanted to do things that really help educate people and really, because art is a good way to educate in a safe way without like really hurting anybody's feelings. It's
Yeah.
just a way to like express, okay, maybe this is some knowledge that you didn't know, what the experience is like. And I feel like it helped me get to know myself better, even as an artist. Yeah, it really changed me and helped me grow as an artist. I feel like that was the most significant for me. And we might be filming another movie. This sucks too, so we'll see
I
how it
hope so.
goes. Yeah, yeah. But to me, that really helped my experience a lot. I kind of just dove in and really didn't know what I was getting myself into,
Yeah.
but realized like I do have what it takes, and I think that's important. Is like experience is important, even if you feel like you're not ready for it. Be prepared, but even if you
Yeah.
feel like oh you're not ready, just do it anyway.
I
Just
don't think we're ever ready.
we're never ready. We're not. We're not. And then when you do it, you realize, okay, you know what? I got this. I
Mhm.
got this. This is what I love doing. And this is, this is a fun time. And it teaches you how to be on set with people that are so different from you.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yeah, you're meeting new people every time you're on a different set. And it's up to you to make it a good experience.
Right.
It really is. You matter. That's what I realized. Hmm.
Yeah, for me, I mean, that's what I took upon like early on, just not feeling like one job is better than the other. Like I was able to pull relationships from small projects that I still like talk to, I still like use for resources, and I just take that with me from project to project, and that's kind of like how I've been able to just grow on my own.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it shows you that you are enough, just
Yeah.
the way you are, and you're needed for your uniqueness.
Yes.
And I think with artists, the world, sometimes I feel like the world's not built for artists, where
Yeah.
they tell us to calm down and relax and be obedient. And when you're an artist, like you just got to throw all that out the window. Like you being your authentic self is needed in the entertainment business. Being too much is a good thing, be professional, but like, be yourself. That's really what they're looking for. Yeah.
Well, April, do you have any words of encouragement for those that are starting out and or that want to pursue this, that are probably working at another position, but that want to eventually be an actor?
Yeah, I probably, if I could give myself advice from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's you are enough. You are
Right.
perfect just the way you are. And even though you may not fit in a box,
Hmm.
that's perfect for this industry. A lot of people said no to Lady Gaga. A
Yeah,
lot of
of
people said
course.
no to a lot of unique people, and they pushed through anyway, and they changed the world by doing that. Like
Right.
Michael Jackson created his own genre, something that never existed before, and it changed the world today. Like who doesn't know pop? It's very unique. So don't listen to what society's telling you. That's the best advice I can give an artist. It's just, of course, respect everybody,
Yeah.
don't be rude to anybody. But it's okay to be yourself and to love yourself the way you are. There's nothing wrong with you. You're great. And I still have to give myself that advice even now sometimes because society definitely tells you to like fit in. And sometimes you're not meant to fit in. A lot of
True.
people are born to stand out, and that's a good
Yeah.
thing. Makes the
And
world more colorful.
that's what makes your projects, your look, your inspiration so unique, just because they don't fit what the narrative is.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like you said, if it is a struggle to find your footing within acting or whatever it may be, it's always great to be able to have that extra like skill or extra hobby to keep you supported and to be able to keep you motivated as well.
Yeah. I also would give advice to people and tell them that if you are in an environment where you feel like you're not supported,
Yeah.
don't think the whole world is like that. You just got to find
Hey,
your people because
true.
when you do, they're going to love you just the way you are. That's when you're finding the right people that'll help you get there.
Yeah.
And you can't get there alone. You can't.
No.
Every artist needs to help another artist. We're all artists on set. That's what I
Hmm.
see in production. There's not one person doing it. There's the tech person, there's the person doing the lighting, there's
Yes.
these executive producers, there's the director. They all have to work together to build this huge, amazing project. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're in it alone. Mm. It's okay to ask for help.
Very true. Thank you, April. I appreciate your conversation with me. This was
Yeah.
really insightful. It was so much fun to be able to hear about you, and also that was all great advice.
Yeah, thank you for supporting me and bringing me a part of the team and I hope I was able to give you what you needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Just being honest about just the experience. And it's a beautiful journey, even though it's hard.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful journey. Because one day we're all going to look back and think like, wow, I thought that was such a struggle. And it's like, that made me who I am today.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, April.
Thank you. Bye. See